What's going on? What's up, guys? It's your boy Cater on a beautiful, beautiful day, my friend. So we're gonna get started today. We're having this live with my man Chris on the line. So here's what we're gonna do, guys. I'm gonna post real quick on a couple of different pages, and then we're gonna get started. So let's see. Posted a couple of places.
I'm gonna go on YouTube Live a little bit. Just so I could show everybody that we're online. And
all right, so we have viewers. We got a bunch of people that's already getting on board. So what's going on, guys? What's up? It's your boy Cater. So today, guys, I want to bring on one of my students who's been making stuff happen, and I'm excited. You probably have seen this guy already on my page. Familiar with his face. Tell his story. So I'm bringing in Chris in today because he had his first $10,000 day online. It's a milestone for a lot of people, you know, making $10,000 in one day versus a lot of people that work a job to get to that number. Now, with that being said, it's not promised that everybody that watched this video will be able to make 10K in just one day, but he's going to give you the formula. So if you watch this video, he's going to give you the formula on how he did it. So if you're excited, feel free to share this video, share this live. I'm going to bring on Chris, and he'll tell you a little bit about his story and what he's been able to use to actually create this type of income on the internet. So if you live with me, say what's up.
Going on, guys.
And in the house, let me know where you at. Let's drop a comment. I'm watching the comment live. We have Rona say what's up, hello. So here it is, guys. So Chris, man, how you doing today, bro?
What's going on, bro? What's going on?
Awesome, awesome, man. I'm excited for you, bro. You're making stuff happen. I mean, 10K in one day is pretty awesome, and it's all profit. So let's talk a little bit about the journey, online business. Before you give out the secret, so watch this video. He's gonna give you the secret on how he did it. But before we get into that, I want you to share a little bit of your story. How did you get started, and how did you get from where you are now?
Well, okay, so let me see. I've been doing drop shipping. Well, I got into online marketing from the GOAT himself, Cater. So Cater introduced me to online marketing. When was it? Like about 2012 or 2013, Cater?
Yes, sir. It was 2013 when we got started with something. I was like, yo, dude, you got to jump on board. Yeah,
exactly.
2012, late 2012.
Yeah, late 2012 into 2013. So Cater tells me, hey, Chris, listen, I'm in this thing where I'm making some money online. Long story short, I got onto it too. It was like a little online, opportunity. And for the first 3 months, I wasn't doing well at all. But only because me and Cater, we was in two different worlds in a way. Me around that time, I was living in Florida with my parents. I moved back to New York City. So I'm on my own, I don't really have anybody around me. And mind you, I'm like 22 years old around this time, and I'm free, I'm trying to live the best of my life, as a lot of the young people say right now, I was trying to live the best of my life around that time. I didn't have any responsibility, I'm working a little security job that's bringing me some change. I'm trying to party, live a good life. Well, what I thought was a good life, Meanwhile, on Cater's side, Cater, just recently got married. He's taking things much more serious in his life. He has responsibility. Some stuff is going on his end. So obviously, we was in two different places. So when he introduced it to me, like I said, I tried it for 3 months. I didn't take it serious for 3 months, but I made a little money. I seen that it was possible. I probably made like 100 and change, right, within 3 months. And after that, I was like, yo, you know what? This stuff is not for me. Let me just forget about it, Cater's hitting me up to see how I'm doing. I don't respond to Cater. Cater's calling me. I don't pick up his phone calls, whatever. Long story short, 12 months after that, Cater posts up his his tax information online, showing his 1099, showing how he made over 100 grand for the year through this online opportunity. But it wasn't even just that alone. He ended up venturing off. He ended up growing just from that alone. And I was like, whoa, like Kader is the one who put me onto this. We were supposed to make this money together. And now look at Kader, man. You know, meanwhile, I'm over here still struggling paycheck to paycheck with my little 30 grand a year job, whatever. But you would have thought that would like trigger my mind to be like, okay, let me do it. Yeah, right. Like I didn't even care. Like, okay, now we fast forwarding as months go on now. So now my mind is starting to open up a little bit more. I started to get into the binary options. I'm pretty sure a few people probably know what binary options is.
So before we get into binary options, so you started back in 2012. So what would you say, because there's people right now, because I post that on my Facebook or I post that on my YouTube and other places, and there's a bunch of other people, students and other people, speculators and other people who ask me, yo, Kader, I know about this business. I know about this online thing. How the hell Chris is making $10,000 a day now and I'm not doing anything? But I just remember you just said now in 2012, you was in a different place. And although 1 year went by, you still went back to your job. You absolutely made, I mean, what you made was crump. You didn't make nothing. So what was the mindset then and the mindset you have now that produced the results that you didn't have then? So some people that's watching right now, because it takes a whole different type of mindset to create $10,000 in a day than the mindset it is to work and make $8 an hour, 18 bucks an hour. So what was the mindset then and the mindset now that enable you to create that?
Okay, so one thing I could definitely say is that during the time when I first got into online marketing, that, you know, like I said, during 2013, around that time, during that time, I was comfortable. You understand? Even though things didn't go how I wanted it to go, I was comfortable. Like I didn't make as much money as Kader was making, but I still had a job that was still giving me generating income for me, I guess you could say, you know. And yes, I didn't look at it like I was getting chump change because there was nothing for me to really complain about, you know. But now fast forward 2016, towards the ending of 2016 is when I finally got my major break. Now, what happened in my mindset now is that, you know, during that time, I was going through a lot of stress. I was going through my own depression. I was going through, you know, I was really in a very big financial need because I was engaged. I gave myself, me and my wife now, gave ourselves a year gap to get married. And you know, during this time, I wasn't working at my security job anymore. I had a little, you know, a little IT gig, and I was doing Uber at the time. And I know for a fact that that was not going to generate the income that I would need in order to really accomplish this wedding, because I have a family which is super huge, and she has a big family too. But well, my family kind of dominates the whole picture. But I end up, you know, we looking at the list and we seeing that we have almost over 200 people that's on this list. And, you know, if anybody knows, you know, weddings up north cost a lot. And what I was doing was not going to work out. No matter how hard I would have tried with overtime, whatever it was not going to work out for me. Because I would just end up literally just only be working for the wedding. I won't be doing anything else for my, you know, personal needs and what I have to take care of, you know? So I went back into online. I went back to online with the mindset of, I don't care how long I got to stay up for. I don't care how much videos I got to watch. I don't care how much people I have to reach out to. I have to make this work. I have to make this work because my back is against the wall. There's no more, okay, let me try to, you know, find there was no options. Online was the only option for me. And I was already exposed to so much other people, especially Kader, who's, you know, somebody that I could get a hold of, you know, without even asking for much. But I see what his results, I see other people's results, and I know if I really put my mind into it, and if I really take it serious, then I know for a fact that I can definitely achieve the goal that I'm trying to achieve. Like I said, I looked at it like there was no other options. There's no giving up. I have to make this work.
So let's get back a little bit. So like, because sometimes people might see when you reach a certain level of success, a lot of people, I mean, a lot of people say, you know, success, it looks is overnight, but it wasn't last night. And that's what I really kind of get into what you're saying, because everybody will go to their own journey. So your journey started in 2012. So now in 2018, that's 6 years it took you before you go from making your first 10K online. Now, there's other people that has different journeys, a different story. And it all depends on when you started to get things seriously. So what I'm looking at is that you went through depression, right? And the fire didn't really lit under your butt until you realized, man, life is about to get real. I'm about to get married. I'm about to have responsibility, have a wife. And then you have a whole shift of mindset, right?
Yes.
So it wasn't like, yo, you just wake up and it's like, boom, you just make 10K.
Definitely not. No, not at all. Not at all. Like, when the thing is, during that time, I faced a lot of roadblocks. I know for a fact, Kato, remember, when I got online, I tried to do drop shipping with eBay, right? I tried to do drop shipping with eBay. I had a very hot product. The vendor.
Now wait, that's in 2015, right?
This is no. Okay. Before I get there, okay. So 2015, I'm introduced to Shopify by Cater. So 2015, I'm introduced to Shopify by Cater, and during that time, I was still working a regular job. I just recently came out with my first online product, which was like a training course for binary option, right? So during that time, like, I'm pumped up, you know, but believe it or not, I still didn't have that vision, like, of entrepreneurship. I didn't really have that vision. I just knew that I had something that was making me money on the side. I never looked at it like it was priority. I just looked at it like, okay, this is money on the side. Anyways, Cater started to post up his results, showing how he's doing 25,000 a month, 30K a month on Shopify. So I hit up Cater, very excited. I'm like, hey, Cater, what it is? And Cater introduced me to Shopify. So I jump on Shopify. I remember Cater came out with a course with Gabriel, and I purchased the course immediately. And I started to set up my store and everything. And you know, I did everything that, you know, the course was showing me, but I gave up within a month. Within a month, I test 4 products. I spent probably $120 on Facebook ads, and I gave up. And one of the reasons why I gave up, first of all, I never spent $120 to get anything without like during that time, I didn't have that business mindset. So when I spent that $120 and I didn't get any sales, didn't receive any sales, I looked at it as if I was just wasting my money. I felt like I just handed Facebook $120 and I didn't get anything back in return. So I said, look at me, who's struggling to pay my little T-Mobile phone bill. That was $80 a month, and I'm over here handing Facebook $120. I said, hell no, Shopify is not for me. So I gave up. Now, this is where everything ended up evolving, you know, the whole and we're talking about like probably like March of 2015. So I go cold turkey all the way. I stopped promoting my little binary option course. I stopped trading binary option. Shopify, forget about it. I didn't even want to know that if this company even exists on earth anymore. I'm like, all of this is a big scam, even though everybody's making money. But I looked at it like as if it was a scam, just to me, only because I wasn't generating money, but I wanted the success to come so quickly that I became impatient. I didn't have any patience for it. Now, fast forward, whole 2015 ends. I'm doing nothing online. 2016 comes. I'm comfortable. It wasn't until probably the ending of 2016 is when like I start getting a whole boatload of stress, finances. I'm held back on payments for this. I'm trying to. I have my you know, my wife engagement ring inside the jewelry shop. I'm trying to get it. I'm going through all of this stress, trying to get all of this stuff going. And it wasn't what really triggered my mind was I remember November. I got engaged in October of 2016. And in November of 2016, I remember waking up one morning and I told myself that this is going to be the last day that I will complain about my income. Mind you, I'm already in debt. I already have a whole boatload of stuff that's already in my hand, like I had to take care of. But I woke up that morning and I said, I'm going to let this be the last day I'm going to complain about money because I know so much stuff. I've already been exposed to so much opportunities out there to help me get out of the situation that I'm in. I need to stop playing and really take action.
Now, let me ask you this question. Like for those people that's watching, guys, if you have any questions, you can actually drop it in the sidebar for Chris or for myself on how he did it. Now, let me focus on those people that's actually watching right now, because there's a bunch of people on the line right now that's watching. And a lot of the time when you're just getting started, and I think what would be for someone right now who's just, okay, they're starting from scratch. Like right now, they don't have a YouTube channel. They don't have a Shopify store. They don't know how to make money, or they don't have any affiliate. What would be the fastest? Someone right now who's like, yo, I'm stressing. I'm struggling. Like, you know, I am dying. Like right now, I need to get money. I need to change my life. Like, and I need to get this online business. What would be the fastest way you would say for them? Like, what would be the number one thing you would recommend them to actually get started to start making money online, to start a journey online?
If you want to, honestly, believe it or not, I mean, now this is where your mindset is going to be challenged. YouTube, believe it or not, guys, YouTube, if you have no money, if you have no income at all, let's say if you have no income at all and you're trying to generate something that could start making you income, YouTube is definitely the number one free. Social media in general is the best way to start. You know, if you
let's keep it a little bit like, okay, social media is so huge. Like someone that's watching, let's keep it like simple. Like give me like 3 steps. Like if you was in the position right now, you know what, you don't have a job. You're like, man, I'm stuck. Like I don't know what the hell to do with my life. I need cash flow right now. I need money. You know, and what would be 3 steps? Let's bring it down to like 1, 2, 3 that people can actually go and follow. Although, you know, we know it's not that easy, but we know there's a lot of different things that comes into creating a $10,000 day. What would be 3 steps that people would be able to follow and say, hey, you know what? Those are the 3 steps. If you follow them, you're gonna be able to create some type of results and start leveraging to grow.
Okay, so the first step, this is the step that a lot of people underestimate, is definitely your mindset. I know a lot of people probably listening to me right now like, what? I want to make $1,000 a day. Mindset is not going to get me anywhere. I'm telling you right now, guys, I remember when Cater used to always tell me about mindset. Mind you, this is during the time that I'm not making money online and I'm chilling with Cater. His phone alerts is going off and he's showing me, hey, bro, I just received $1,000. I just received $500. And I would ask him, I'm like, yo, Cater, man, like, what should I do to start making me like get this type of money? And he told me mindset. And I'm like, bro, like, if I change my mindset right now, like, I'm not going to get $1,000 inside of my account. I'm not going to be like, okay, my mindset has changed. And I look at my phone and I see $1,000. That's not what's going to happen. But now that I'm looking back and looking where I'm at right now, mindset is what made me my first 10K profit day. You understand? So mindset is number 1. Number two, what I would highly suggest is to do your research. You understand? There's so much, and this is just basic stuff. Like people forget how powerful YouTube is. You will bump into so much like people. I know there's some fakes out there where You know, they're probably just trying to get their views or whatever, but you will find some genuine people who's willing to give you some information for free, where you don't need to pull out any money out of your pockets. You don't need to pull out any money out of your pockets. You could watch a video showing you how to set up a YouTube channel, how to, you know, create some type of platform where it will potentially get you from 0 to 100. You understand? Say, for example, you could start a Shopify store, right? And of course, there's a 14-day free day trial. And I guarantee if you just invest that $29.99 that they give you, like, man, you don't need to spend any money on Facebook ads, whatever. You could use Facebook as a way of getting traffic. You could use Instagram as a way of getting traffic. You could use Snapchat as a way of getting traffic. I mean, of course, maybe the success won't happen as quick as possible versus someone who's doing paid traffic. But if you have the patience, I guarantee you, it will end up growing to the point where it starts generating money. You know, these social medias that you see that have over 100K followers, over, you know, 90K followers. I mean, of course, it didn't happen overnight. You understand? It was a process to getting it there. But now that they do have it at that large following, now look at it. These stuff is generating money. Now you could be an Instagram influencer. There's so much stuff you could do for free out there. And the third thing is to definitely be consistent and not giving up. That's all together right there, you know?
Right.
Be consistent and not giving up, you know? Because go ahead.
So you would say for someone right now that's watching, and a lot of the time, when you start winning at a higher level, mindset makes a lot more difference to you. Because I remember being as a beginner, and I hear people that's making $10,000 a day, or, you know, they making like 5,000 or 1,000 in a day, and they be like, yo, you need to work on your mindset as number one. I'd be like, hell no, bro, I'm broke. Like, I need money. Like, mindset, that ain't my thing, bro. Like, I need you to tell me the way so I can get to the money. All right, that's not my thing. And I think a lot of people right now in the comments would say, I'm looking to quit my job and take this stuff seriously. You know, some other person say, how can I get the money? My store is not generating sales in the last 6 months. You know, one of the things, like, with trying, and I remember, Chris, when you got started, a lot of the time people would say, I don't have the money. I don't have the money to do paid traffic. I don't have the money to invest into my business. And the reason why we say it all starts with mindset is that soon you start saying, stop saying I don't have the money. Just stop. We know. I know you don't have the money. Everybody, God knows you don't have the money. Now you need to start asking yourself a different question. It's how can you get the money? Because soon you're like, man, I'm going to make this stuff work. Like, if you're doing Shopify, you're like, man, I don't have money for ads. You need to asking yourself, how can you get money for ads? Every single day. What can you do? Now, can you go on YouTube and create videos? Can you go promote an affiliate product in a Facebook group? Can you open a Facebook group? Can you do a service business where you clean up after other people's comments on someone's videos? Can you start making yourself think? Can you go clean somebody's house for extra $50 if you at that level? Can you go, you know, if you have a different skill set, maybe you're a mechanic, you know how to change oil. Can you change your neighbor's oil for extra $40 so you can invest into your business? See, once you start asking yourself those questions, which start with the mind, now you realize it's like, oh my God, you start focusing on the right thing versus the wrong thing.
Wrong thing, yeah.
For example, someone that just said, hey, man, I've been trying to get sales with my Shopify for the last 6 months, and I haven't been able to get any sales. And a lot of the time, I hear people say that if you're driving enough traffic, you're going to get some type of sales. You know, it's more likely the person is not driving enough traffic, or they spend money and they did not spend enough to actually get sales, or the product is not converting. There's a lot of stuff that comes in when you understand that, hey, I'm not getting sales. There's a lot of stuff you have. It's not just I'm not getting sales. There's a lot of stuff that comes into play. If you drove traffic, you may be not targeting right. If you drove traffic, maybe you have the wrong product. If you drove traffic, maybe your cart is not working. Maybe when people put the product in your cart and they cannot keep going with purchasing the product. There's some type of problem, and your goal as an entrepreneur is always to come and find that problem and fix that problem. So get back to your story, man. So you back on Shopify, right?
Yeah.
So 3-step you said. It's mindset, right? Mindset. Number 2, social media.
Number 2 is not just social media, but the power of the internet, the free content, content that you could get on the online, on just online in general.
And then 3, consistency, right?
3 is consistency,
Elaborate a little bit on consistency, because you started in the game in 2012. In 2012, you was in and out. You came in, you do a little bit, maybe someone who makes videos, they start and they make 1 video or they make 2 video and then they quit. Mm-hmm. And then they see someone who's doing it from 2012 and they've been consistent, and now the results is like, oh my God, what the hell is going on? Or so 2012, you started a new step. So talk about the consistency that it took you from when you came in, from the time that you started in 2015, which I saw you quit your job, and that's all you do. Now, tell me, has been a time that you wake up on a day and say, shoot, I'm not doing nothing for the last 5 months. For you to get where you are right now, if you evaluate, like go back and evaluate your daily consistency to get where you are versus 2012, what's the difference now in your consistency versus your consistency back then that you wasn't getting the results that you're getting right now?
The consistency really evolved through pressure. Mm-hmm. You understand? It really evolved through pressure, as in pressure and the comfortability.
Okay.
Those 2 changed. You understand? In 2012, 2013, I didn't have any pressure. I was comfortable. You understand? I didn't have, my mind wasn't open to where I should feel like I'm worth than what I'm currently making at my job, And when I, fast forwarding, when I end up being put under pressure and I was no longer comfortable, my mindset started to open up, but I still didn't look at it as if like I'm worth greater. You understand? I was still looking at it as if I need to do something to generate me more money. That's how I was looking at it at first.
Right.
Then it wasn't until and don't get me wrong, when I told myself that I have to make this work, I was up long hours of the night, sleeping for 2-3 hours to wake up, jump in the car to go do Uber. After that, go do my little IT gig, come home on YouTube, looking up videos, trying to see how I can make Shopify work, going to sleep, having 2 hours of sleep to do it all over again. And I told myself, I cannot give up. You understand? I cannot give up, because you hear a lot of people say, what is your why? You understand? Like, what is your why that's going to drive you to keep you going? My why during that time was my wedding and thinking of my future. Like, that was my why. And me thinking about that so much, even when there was days where I felt like giving up, like I felt like, okay, like I'm not seeing results. Just thinking of my wedding in the future again, that was like, okay, no, what am I doing? Snap out of it, Let me get back to work, you understand? There's a couple of people that's watching right now, and you're probably in an uncomfortable position. Maybe you're not generating income, or maybe the income that you're generating is not well enough for your, regular day living. I'm telling you right now, think of your why. Like, really, like, I know you hear a lot of people who's doing well, whatever it is, always say that. But when you really think of your why and you really put that in front of you, that will give you a boost of momentum when it comes to your consistency. Every time you're about to feel like giving up because you're not seeing results, that's what's going to push you. But just remember that patience is also the key. sometimes we're so impatient with trying to get the results that we're trying to get that we end up giving up, you know? I'm pretty sure so many of you probably bump into this one picture. This is like the famous picture online where you see two guys are digging for gold, and the one guy, after being so tired and consistently, pounding away with the rocks or whatever, he just gives up. Like, okay, like whatever. He probably gave up like, yo, you know what? Like, I got some money in the bank anyways, so let me just go. I don't really need this. Whatever. He walks away. But the other guy that kept on going, he probably like, yo, listen, I don't care if I keep on pounding and it's just clear water on the other side. At least I tried. I want to try this all the way to the end. I had to see what's going to work. You understand? That's the two different mindset. That's what will keep the consistency. Knowing your why, knowing your why will keep you pounding through those rocks until you finally get something out of it. When you're comfortable, you get lazy. You pounding, and after that, you're like, whatever. Let me go back. I'm not struggling that bad.
Right. So now, I have a bunch of questions. I'll be answering your questions, guys, for those of you that put questions. And if you want to put a super chat, definitely put a super chat where you can ask a question and donate on the channel. You can do that. Here's one thing. I remember, so in 2012, you jump in 2015, you start Shopify in 2016. I remember when you first got started on Shopify, you struggled when it comes to doing Facebook ads because you didn't want to spend on advertising.
Oh, man.
You went on eBay. So you first started, when you first started, so for someone that's watching right now, let me get quickly into your story because I kind of know a little bit of it, but I'll let you tell it. So you jump on eBay, right? So on eBay for no money. So eBay, you just need the picture. You just have to put the job because you're just drop shipping on eBay. So you get a picture of whatever you were selling, the product that you were selling. You put them on eBay and you start this little eBay business and you started getting sales, right? So then what happened to your eBay? What happened?
Man. All right, so this was like the beginning of terror and success at the same time.
Right. So you started taking it seriously.
Because I got into eBay.
Mm-hmm.
I found me a hot product. I was getting it for extremely low overseas, and I was selling it for a very high price. And literally within 7 to 14 days, I want to say, my PayPal account grew up to almost 10K. No exaggerations, 10K. I remember hitting up Kata, and I'm like, yo, Kata, I'm about to be
like, I'm excited, bro. Let's go.
I got like 10K. And Kata's hyping me up. He's happy for me. And during that time, I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, yo, like, why these guys doing drop shipping with Shopify when you could just do it with eBay? eBay, I don't need to pay for traffic. All I got to do is post up this picture of the product. As soon as somebody purchases it, I go to my PayPal, transfer the money, purchase the product, have the vendor send it to them. Sweet. But there's a lot of things that I didn't know. I was just reacting off of like instinct, So like I said, eBay, you don't pay for traffic. The traffic is already there for you. But what happened? So like I said, within 7 to 14 days, I already generated about $10,000, over $10,000. And I remember I was trying to transfer money from my PayPal account to my bank account, but my PayPal account was growing so rapidly that even PayPal was sending me messages saying like, "Oh my God, business is booming!"
Right.
Business is booming. So I start transferring money from my PayPal account to my bank account, and mind you, I need to put the money in my account in order for me to buy the merchandises from the vendor so I could send it to, the customer. So I transferred the first $500 into my account, and now I need to transfer $1,000. PayPal's like, hey, hold up, you only have a limit of $500 for the month. You have to wait till next month so you could get a bigger limit. I'm like, no. I need this money right now because this is the only way I can keep my business rolling, But during that time too, being that I didn't really do my research, for some reason, when I was doing drop shipping, I always felt in my heart, mind you, this is me personally speaking, I always felt like drop shipping was like a scam. Like nobody's supposed to be doing that. I thought it was illegal. That's how I felt, about it. So I didn't want to let PayPal know I was getting the products from being drop shipped from China to the customer, So PayPal ends up locking my account, and they say, hey, in order for us to release your account,
they lock all your funds.
They lock all my funds. They lock all my funds. Out of the 10,000, I was only able to take out like $1,500 out of it. So they lock up all my funds, and they say, hey, you know, don't worry. I know your funds is locked up, but listen, all we need is 4 little identifications from you before we release it back to you. So I'm like, all right, cool. So they said that they need pictures of the inventory that I have. Mind you, my inventory is in China. They need pictures of the invoices, the receipts. They need a photo ID of myself, and they need proof of tracking numbers. Remind you, I already feel like drop shipping is a scam business. So I'm not. I went on Google thinking that I'm smarter than PayPal. I went on Google and I looked for a picture of all of the inventory of the products that I'm selling. I try to look for a Google picture so I could upload it to PayPal. So I found like a little stock room that had all of the products that I was selling, and I uploaded it to PayPal. The invoices, I didn't really care about going to AliExpress. I think during that time I was getting my products from DHgate. So I didn't have a problem going to dhgate.com to print out some of my receipts. I printed out the receipts. And mind you, I don't want PayPal to know that I'm shipping products from China to people in the US. So me thinking that I'm smart, I went on USPS.com. I paid for a tracking number, but I never shipped the product, right? So I uploaded all the information. And I remember while I was going through the process, I'm telling Kata, I'm like, yo, Kata, yo, I thought I had a problem, but don't worry, bro. I sent them all the information they needed. My money should be open by tomorrow. So Kata's like, all right, cool. I woke up the next morning to PayPal saying, you know, sorry, Chris, but unfortunately, you can no longer use our site for any business anymore. Right.
And then the killer part is that they said that to keep the money for how long?
For 180 days. They told me that they're gonna keep the money for 180 days, and this is gonna help for anybody that needs a refund. You know, it's gonna, you know, anybody that needs a refund or whatever it is. And I just remember, like, I went from being so determined and actually seeing things happen for me. Then once I hit that roadblock, I went right back down.
Boom.
But here comes what you was about to say. It looked like you was about to say something.
I said, well, you went right back down. You know, that goes right to the concept. I'm having some echo.
Okay. I think that's probably me.
Yeah. So you went right. If you can mute me wherever you are. I mean.
Okay. Hold on.
That you have me live. So you went right back down. Let's see.
Yeah, I don't know. For some reason, because I'm keeping it at the same volume. I think I might need headphones or something, but I don't even have that.
No, I think it's because whenever I speak, hold on.
Yeah, you are mute on
Okay. I just mute myself. Where's it talking? It's weird. All right.
It's still doing it?
Yeah.
I don't hear any echo on my side.
Okay, so we'll keep going that way. I don't know where. Let me know if you guys hear me on your side. And if you're watching live on YouTube, let me know if you hear any echo or everything. So let me know if you guys hear me clearly. So backtrack. So you got to the point where eBay and things are rocking off, shut down. You jump on Shopify and okay, now let's get into a few questions. There's a lot of people that Shopify here. And so we have questions that say that, okay, first we have Angelica, who says that what's the market? What did you learn when you started to get sales? So you jump into Shopify. So
hold on, a lot of people are saying that there's a echo.
Well, I think it's all right. Time up. Yeah, someone says this.
Let me see if I have.
So I'm gonna go ahead and
I thought I had headphones. I don't know where. I think my wife took the headphones.
Yeah, I don't even have them now because I have. um, the new iPhone stuff, they have different jacks. So it's all right. So go ahead and forward. So someone asked a question. Go ahead and answer that question and I'll figure out what's going on in my end.
Okay, what was the question? I didn't get to. It keeps on going in and out. What was the question?
The question was, what marketing do you use? Did you learn about Facebook getting sales?
Okay, so when I got back into Shopify and using Facebook, I was using Facebook ads as a way of bringing traffic in. I was doing the regular $5 a day with the PPE. You know, the thing about me is that I really want to say is that you know, I was pretty lucky in a way. You know, I was pretty lucky in a way because I ended up getting I ended up having a product that was that kind of went viral, you know, and that was really in need during the time that, you know, I was, you know, promoting it. I started off with the basic $5 a day doing PPE. I didn't have any web conversion. I didn't even know anything about web conversion ads. I didn't know nothing about that. The only thing I knew about was PPE. That's the only thing I knew about. And during that time, I had a buddy of mine. He goes by the name of Mike. Me and Mike, I brought Mike into Shopify, and me and Mike was promoting the same exact product. And after a whole, I want to say, within the first week, Mike received his first sale on Shopify for the same product, but I didn't. But what I kept on doing is during that whole week, I told Mike, I said, listen, we're going to promote the same product. We're going to have different audiences, and we're going to let it go for 5 to 7 days. Within 5 to 7 days, we're going to see if we got to change it up. But what we're going to do is you're not going to touch your ad for 7 days or 5 days. But me, every other day, I'm going to tweak up my ads. Like I said, I didn't know I barely knew what I was doing. I just knew PPEs was something that I had to run, you know? So long story short, within the whole week, Mike hits me up like on a Saturday saying, hey, Chris, I just got my first sale. So I was like, oh, Mike, like since you got your first sale, yo, starting next week, jump up your ad spend to $15 a day. You know, mind you, we're selling a product on Shopify going for like $190. $190, and our profit, our ROI on that is like a good 60%, 70%, you know? So he's within that next week now, I stopped touching my ads for the whole week. I'm like, okay, maybe if I don't touch my ads for the whole week, maybe I'm gonna get sales. Long story short, within that second week, Mike received 3 sales within that same week. And I'm like, oh man, I still don't have any sales. Then finally approaching the third week, Mike is doing $30 a day on ads now. And me now, I'm still doing my $5 a day because I still didn't receive any sales. So what I did was I literally copycat everything. The same audience, the same age range, everything. I ended up doing that. And you know, as that third week entered, I finally got my first sale. You know, and we're talking about we're into December of 2016 now. You know, finally, I got my first sale. Then from there, our way of scaling, or what I thought was scaling, was just every time we do good during the week, the next week approaching is that we just put more money on top of whatever we was doing. So say, for example, if we receive sales doing $5 a day, then that next following week, we're doing $15 a day on ads. If we do good that week, then we go to $30 a day on ads. If we do good the next week, we do $60 a day. That's what we thought scaling was for us, right? Long story short, you know, we started to do about, we was averaging a good $700 to $1,000 a day entering into January. But one thing that I'm going to say now, one thing that I'm starting to promote now for people who's doing Shopify, if you're only doing $5 a day, $5 a day on PPEs, I'm gonna let you know right now, yes, you can get results, but honestly, that is like old news now. Like if you're doing $5 a day on a PPE and you're not getting results, the number one reason why you're not getting results, you have to remind yourself, a PPE, which is the engagement ad, the engagement ad is not made for getting sales. Remember, you can get sales with an engagement ad, but the engagement ad is not specifically made to get sales. It's made for having engagement. So being that, okay, if you got your link on an ad, having an engagement ad will mean that people are going to be clicking on the link of your ad. People are going to be liking your ad. Go ahead. What you was about to say?
That's it. Oh my god. I think I'm just gonna let my stupid whack. Go ahead.
Want me to continue or? Go ahead. Okay, so if you have an engagement ad member, your engagement ad is only made for engagement. You know, that means you're gonna have a whole bunch of people liking your ad. You're gonna have a lot of people commenting on your ad. You're gonna have a lot of people sharing your ad. You're gonna have a lot of people clicking on the link of that ad. Remember, Facebook is only gonna optimize based on what's getting the most engagement. So if you're getting a lot of likes, it's gonna optimize for people who's willing to like it more. If you're getting a lot of comments, you're gonna be optimized for people to comment more. If you're getting a lot of people to click on your link, it's gonna optimize for people to click on the link. Now, if you do receive sales, which is a good thing, it's a good thing to receive sales, but don't think Facebook is going to optimize your engagement ad to get you more sales. They're recording the sales that you're getting if you got your pixel set up, but it's not going to optimize for sales. It's just going to keep on optimizing for engagements with your ad. So now to fast forward into where we at right now, I strongly recommend, if you still have a low budget to work with, do $5 a day on a PPE and a web conversion. I usually recommend to do a web conversion for add to cart. Then from there, you move on for purchases. But you want to have 2 of them running at the same time, minimum. You don't want to do just a PPE running. You want to, and that's just the minimum. But I would still recommend, if you could spend more money, that would be definitely nice to get more data. But that's a little thing about the whole marketing part. What's up, Kato? Things are still shaky for you, bro?
Yes, sir.
Technology, let me try to mute mine while you talk to see if it still does the same thing.
Maybe that's the case. Okay, now it doesn't do it anymore. That's crazy. So I'm gonna give you a thumbs up to talk, and then I guess I'll come up. That's crazy. But anyway, there's a couple of different questions that I wanted to take. As far as now, we're gonna jump into now. Fast forward. Now you make your first $10,000 a day. I'll talk about exactly on how did you do that. Let's see. There's a few questions from Simone. Simone says, "I checked my card after it's live. Thank you." Okay. Yeah, April says, okay, Chris. Okay, April Jackson says, "How do you know what to sell?" Okay, can you answer that question, Chris? How do you know what to sell?
Okay, so when it comes to knowing what to sell, honestly, okay, this is how I do, my product research in a way. One thing I always tell people, don't try to sell a product that is easy to access in the regular world that we're in. You understand? I'm talking about outside of online. Don't try to sell me a basic black, iPhone case online when I can just go to the nearest little store and purchase the same case. Don't try to sell me this brush when I could just go to the nearest beauty supply store to purchase this brush. Now, what would separate you now is when people like stuff that's unique, things that's not easy to get. You're not gonna sell me something and have me waiting for it when I could just really walk up in a store and get it right away. Now, let's just say if this brush was a brush with marijuana leaves on it, right? Now, let's say if I was like a ganja man, whatever, you know, and I have you selling a brush online that has a whole bunch of marijuana leaves on it. I know for a fact if I go to the nearest beauty salon, I'm not gonna find a ganja hairbrush, you know, but you're selling this unique product, you know. It's all about the uniqueness of that product. You want to get a product that's unique, that's not easy to get anywhere else. You know, I remember when fidget spinners first came out. Us that's doing Shopify, we was exposed to fidget spinners during like October, September of 2016. You understand? October of 2016. It wasn't until March, April of 2017 that fidget spinners end up being available in your local store. And as soon as it was available in your local store, people who were selling it online, they started to see a decrease of, you know, sales, you know. Then what happened was, for a while, it started to get inside people's faces now in their local stores. People who started to get into Shopify around that time thought, okay, fidget spinners are going crazy. I see my kid with a fidget spinner. Let me throw a fidget spinner in my store too. Then they will bump into videos of Shopify gurus making 60K, 100K, showing how they made 100K on fidget spinners. And they try to add that same product inside their store. And they're like, man, yo, I'm not making any sales. The reason why you're not making any sales, because why should I go online to purchase a fidget spinner when I could just go to the store and purchase it? You understand? Like that, it's all about finding unique products.
It's crazy that you mentioned that.
So hold on.
It's crazy that Chris mentioned that, because now, and still, you know, sometimes people buy training. And one of the things, even with e-commerce, guys, this is not just about e-commerce. This is just about, you know, making money online. I have many different facets of my business. For those of you that's on my channel knows that. But it's crazy when people go through the training. And one thing I highly recommend you to do, if you go into a training, if you buy a training, you buy a training from anybody, if they're getting a lot of sales, never use the products that's being exampled inside of the training. And always see how you can find something similar or do your own research. Someone said earlier, I think it was Coin Chris, or it was KC Krovek, that says that do your own research. It's all about research. If you take a little bit of time to do your own research, like Chris said, you know, with someone that goes on YouTube and drop a video, hey, this is the product that made me $100,000. Matter of fact, I have a couple of videos where I show some product that made us great money in our stores, and people, they go get it. I'm selling the same ring. Why I'm not making any money? They take the direct product that was shown inside of the training or the direct product they seen on a YouTube video, and they never take it a step further. So building a business, guys, when you're building a business, specifically using the internet, you have to start getting in that creative mindset. And that's why we talk about mindset is so important. You have to get in that creative mindset that's gonna help you to grow, not only follow after other people that you see that are succeeding, but you wanna get to the point that you start doing things and you start creating stuff from your head so that you can start growing. Like you start a YouTube channel, you can model after people, but Chris doesn't have to be me. Like I don't have to be Chris. Like we all have different personality. And when you understand that, you bring that into what you're doing, it's gonna elevate your game to a whole next level. So now, Chris, let's get into, you went from drop shipping and now you getting, so for the people that's watching right now, so how did you go and make your first, because it's about to hit 1 hour. I wanted to do it 1 hour. So let's jump into how, so tell me, how did you ended up getting to having $10,000 in one day? Because you have many, now you built your business where you're not only doing Shopify, you've done affiliate marketing. You're an affiliate marketer for Shopify. And a lot of the time people, they struggling into something, and they trying so hard, they not having results, but not realizing they can also become affiliates to the same product they trying to sell, like to the same product they trying to use, and at the same time make a killing, like creating multiple streams of income, right? So how is your business right now from the time that you was getting started and now you have multiple facets of your business. And how did you get to making $10,000 in one day in your business?
All right. So like I said, I started off with Shopify, and then fast forward, I got into affiliate marketing. I mean, of course, Shopify has affiliate marketing. We have MCA, for those who knows, MCA. There's a lot of other stuff that you could do. ClickBank. There's so much other affiliate marketing stuff where I started to dive.
Got no job.
It's Friday. You don't got no job. There's so much other stuff you could get into. So one thing that I definitely learned from my mentor Cater was don't put all your eggs in one basket. So while Shopify was doing great for me and I'm generating income, then I started to dive into affiliate marketing. I started to get into ClickBank. I started to get into Shopify affiliate. I started to get into a whole bunch of other affiliate programs to still, continue to generate me money. Boom. After that, I jump into YouTube. YouTube was not only a platform where I could reach a whole bunch of people that, for everybody who knows this, I remember when I had a little talk with Cater and I was like, Cater, man, like I wanted, like, my goal. Cater asked me, what's my goal? Like, what's my goal in life, other than just running an online business? What's some other goals I want to set? And I was like, well, honestly, one of my goals is that I want to be able to help other people achieve, what we're achieving right now. Then Katie used to always tell me, like, yo, bro, the best way you could do it is YouTube. And I'm like, no, hell no. I don't want to be on YouTube, bro. People's going to look about how my head is shaped, the way I talk. I was overthinking it. Then it wasn't until, I had to really break out of it. I'm like, yo, listen, if I'm going to really truly grow as a person and grow within my business, I need to start engaging in other platforms as well. So I end up going into YouTube. As soon as I got into YouTube, and that's when I finally start opening up my consulting business, going around, which is relating to Shopify, Facebook ads, and other stuff too. So long story short, I remember I received like my first client in like August of 2017. And because of YouTube, guys, listen to this. Because of my YouTube channel, I generated over 100K from the August into January of this year. I generated over 100K in my consulting business, which is 100% profit. Don't get me wrong. I had 10K days on Shopify, but it wasn't profit. This is just revenue. You understand?
Revenue.
But
that's great that you actually mentioned that.
Exactly. Sometimes you would hear people say, hey, I made 25K on Shopify. Don't immediately think that it's profit. That's just revenue. You don't know how much money that they probably really made 3K for the day. It sounds good. It looks good in your bank account until you have to pay everything off and realize you're only left with $2,000-$3,000. But like I said, I had a business that was generating 100% profit because I created courses, I created products, I created services where I can help people, help people grow and stuff, where my traffic was coming organically.
So say it again, bro. Say it again, bro. So you created products, you created training, you created
coaching services.
You created services.
Alert from Google.
Yeah, exactly. My business ended up becoming multi-streamed in a way, Now it wasn't just Shopify that's bringing me money. Now I have other stuff. Now I'm focusing on building a brand. Now, one thing that I started to realize, I remember when Cater, I wasn't used to selling people high ticket services or whatever it is. So I'll never forget when I was trying to get into coaching. I was trying to get into coaching and I'm asking Cater, I'm like, yo, Cater, man, like, how much are you charging for coaching? And Cater told me his price. And I'm like, what? People pay for this? And he was like, yo, you need to understand that, it's an investment not only for yourself, but for your business as well, And I never used to look at stuff like that. Don't get me wrong. Even though I'll never forget during that same year, 2017, when Cater told me, man, Chris, listen, you need to invest in yourself. There's a mastermind that you need to go to. You need to come to it. And I'm like, okay, cool, cool. How much is it? And Kato was like, don't worry, man. It's just $3,000. Remind you, now listen to this. I'm making $1,000 a day on Shopify, right? Making $1,000 a day on Shopify. I'm getting about 60 to 70% like profit on what I'm making. And he's telling me to invest $3,000 into a mastermind, and I was still complaining. So like you would think like at this time, like my mind would be open or whatever. Like we're probably going on like 2-3 months of success on Shopify, but I'm still closed-minded. You know, understand? I didn't really look at stuff like I'm investing in myself. But that's how he started to explain to me. So I started to do my research, but I got so scared, right? I got so scared because I never trained anybody before. I never, you know, had such a high ticket. So I end up putting my coaching for $1,200, right? Now, for people who do their research to see how much other gurus are charging for coaching, $1,200 is probably one of the lowest price that you will bump into for coaching, you know? And as I began to grow, so much people was purchasing my coaching to the point where I was overwhelmed, and I was doing one-on-one coaching to the point where I had no time for my business anymore because I was literally just helping people every day nonstop. I would need a gallon of water next to me so I could take a 5-minute break, drink some water so I could do a next session after that. I was losing it. So I had to figure out a way how to change things up. But like I said, I had other streams of income, but long story short, I started to offer different packages. I started to like look at how people who's doing better than me, you understand? And that's the best thing to do, guys. When you find someone that's doing 100K or whatever it is, try to figure out their blueprint. And don't be afraid to reverse engineer it all the way around, you know? When you're getting into this online marketing world, it's not easy, but it's not hard too, you know? The first thing you want to do is definitely build relationship with your crowd. Build relationship, know how to bring in the crowd too. And that's the thing with me. People who know me know that I try to be as genuine as I can. I try to build a close relationship with people who invest in me or even people who don't invest in me. It's either through just the free content that you're getting on YouTube, to the point where now, because of the relationship that I build within the business that I'm running, you will have people that's willing to invest, you know, a certain amount of money in you because they know for a fact, not only that they know that you're generating what you're saying that you generate, but they see it just by the words that's coming out your mouth, the results that you have other people getting, they see. So the thing is, from where I was at before, I just kept on being consistent, but I kept on being open-minded. I didn't just stay only in Shopify. I started to grow my streams of income. I started to grow me, you know, within my business, start to offer more, and to the point where you have people that's willing to not even think twice about it to invest 10K, 20K on you, you know? And that's what ended up happening, where I received my first 10K profit day, you know, my 10K profit day. And it wasn't an easy journey. It wasn't an easy journey, but it definitely happened.
He was freaking making $10 an hour to now someone is willing to drop 10K.
Exactly.
You know, the crazy thing is that a lot of the time people don't understand is the value. And it's crazy. I'm glad that you actually got a chance to tell your story to where you are now till, you know, I mean, the sky's the limit. A lot of the time, a lot of people, they can't even fathom that, hey, they worth so much more. Or maybe at that stage that they in right now in their lives, they don't know what's possible. And the crazy thing, you was the same person back then. Like now, earlier, you know, I just got off a Skype call with one of my one person who actually bought my consulting package, and then we actually working on a whole blueprint for YouTube, because he's actually coming out with a whole new channel, and he's building a 7-figure. He's making $5 million in like 5 weeks and in his e-commerce brand, you know, including Shopify and WooCommerce and other stuff that he's doing. So we're kind of building a whole brand for it. And I had a buddy of mine that usually comes over. We go work out together, and we was kind of chatting because he's an entrepreneur. He's a bass player, so he plays bass with different you know, in different events, corporate events. He has his own band and stuff like that. And now we was talking about, you know, how you can grow. And he was talking about how now he's not working a job, that he's leveraging his talent, his skill set to get paid, and how he has his time back to be able to work out and spend time. And how back then nobody told him, when he was in high school, or his friends or family told him, that he could have been making money doing what he loves. And, you know, I also was telling him, me too. I remember back then I was working a job for $10 an hour. And right now I just got off the phone with someone who's doing some crazy numbers online. And I'm training him into building a whole brand on YouTube. And he has this business that's killing it. And now people are paying you for the time. And you that's watching, the reason we're making this live is to help you understand you the same. You might be right now at a job that you hate. You might be stuck. Your business might not be going where you want it to be, but you're the same person 6 months down the line who could be changing everything around, you know, 3 months down the line who can change everything, or a year down the line, 2, 3 years, 4, 5 years down the line, who change it all around. But it takes, you know, with Chris, is changing your mindset. Number 2, you have to find yourself. You have to learn, you know, use social media. Do the work. You know, number 2 is really do the work. You know, there's YouTube, there's Facebook, there's Instagram. You have to be willing to be in the trenches, not just be watching, but be in the trenches every single day. Like bang, freaking bang, 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 bang. Like you ain't going to sleep. Like I'm reading this book called The Power of the Subconscious Mind. And this thing talks about how you can get everything that you want. And it all starts there. It all starts with this, with the mind. And if you truly believe it, you will take action every single day until the day comes where you can have your $10,000 day, where you can have $100,000 day, $50,000 day. Like, it's like, oh my God, I was that same person that was struggling a couple years back. And now I'm at that stage where it's just, okay, it's just another regular day. It's what we do. It's part of our daily lifestyle. It's part of our business. So that's why I wanted to bring Chris on board, just to show you guys, you know, how to really take it to a whole next level. You know, I've seen him. It's been a journey for him. You know, it's funny. I've watched him from the time that he started with his career to now getting to the point he get 10,000. And I know he's gonna go further to make 50K a day, 100K a day, because the sky's the limit. And it's been amazing just to watch the journey. And you know, crazy thing, it makes me understand that. You know, it's a funny thing. I have another student of mine right next to me. His name is Fred, and he's 16 years old, right? And he's kind of mentoring him. And he's going through the process right now. And I'm trying to tell him, dude, hold on. Like, hold on. You're going through the process right now. It's scary. Like, you're not getting the result. It's stupid. It looks dumb. It looks stupid. Like, you want to quit. You want to give up. But look at Chris. Look at these other people. I've been to the process. I know it's real. I know it's true. Look at all these other people that's going through the process. You gotta hold on. You gotta do whatever you gotta do to keep going, keep moving. You know, Facebook ads will get shut down. PayPal account will get shut down. You know, you'll have a lot of trouble. But guess what? Once you get to be writing this thing, it gets really sweet when you get those major breakthrough and you really change your life all around, man. So April says, I appreciate you, Chris, for telling your story. Chanel says, thank you, King. Awesome book. So guys, it's been a pleasure. So Chris, if people wants to, because I know you offer coaching, you offer courses, you know, you also have a YouTube channel. If people want to get in touch with you or want to get into your coaching, want to follow you, how can they get in touch with you and follow it? And now you're killing Instagram. I'll be paying attention to you now on IG, and you're killing it there. So how can people get in touch with you if they want to follow you and get into what you do and stuff like that?
All right. So for the people who wants to, well, as I'm talking, I'm going to put it in I'm going to put it inside the chat as well. My Instagram is Marketing with Keys, at Marketing with Keys. I just placed it inside the chat right now. That's my Instagram. If you want to see what services that I offer, and you know, my coaching, that's www.marketingwithkeys.com. And also, let me see. Okay, it won't let me put it in there. But also, for if you want to, I just created a new training course for Shopify too. if you want to get into that, that's KeyzMarketingLegacy.com. That's KEYZ marketinglegacy.com, and you'll get the updated version of my my Shopify course. So those are the 3 places you can find me.
So guys, this was freaking valuable to you. Drop a comment. Let me know if you have any final question. Close it down. Chris, can you turn up?
Oh, sorry.
Because I know your time is valuable, guys, and I appreciate you guys for hanging with me. Was this stuff? Did you guys get any value from this? Give me a 1 or type of yes. Was this stuff valuable to you? Someone says they following you on Instagram already. If was following you on Instagram, yes, sir. So is this stuff valuable? Pure passion is blessing, Chris. So I hope you got some value out of this and you ready to take your game. April says definitely yes. Jacqueline says yes. Felicia says yes. Thanks. Money Adventure says yes. Eric says it was awesome. All right, great. So for the most part, a lot of people say you helped them. You got great value. So appreciate you guys. Definitely follow Chris. And, as we go through this journey, I keep bringing more people on board on this channel, inspire you guys, help you guys take your game to a whole next level. Follow Chris. He also has a YouTube channel. He makes videos all the time. Go check him out. Shopify e-commerce. So let's get it. Let's take it to a whole next level, baby. Look forward to it. Let's go. Get to a whole next level. So that was your boy Cater. Appreciate you guys. See you guys on the next one.